Sachin Tendulkar has come out to the middle with a job on his hand. India battling to save this test match, and he's up against 10. Tested with a bouncer.
Cranking it up now, Dale Steyn. He will be to Tendulkar.
Tendulkar off the mark. Gets a couple of runs and that'll end the over. 216 for 3. Ishant Sharma, the man dismissed today for 23. Still to come Lakshman, Raina, Dhoni. That's gone through. Exquisitely timed once again. It just seemed to be a gentle push, but it's raced away to the boundary.
Very emotional, Dale Steyn. He doesn't like going for runs. Typically aggressive fast bowler, gives it his all. But again, Sachin Tendulkar just opening the face, very positive. Showing intent, moving well.
Yes, and it's that subtle movement with the wrist to open the face of the blade so that he could get the placement. He knows where the two close-in fielders are.
You probably heard the call of 2, and they decide to come back for the second quite comfortably. Sharma did his job, there's no doubt he did his job. He was there for 51 deliveries, eventually dismissed for 23 as night watchman and protected Sachin. There's our ultra motion camera just showing the ball pitching and not disturbing the surface at all, really. No third man in position, running away for 4.
His delivery just bounced a little bit on Tendulkar. He's playing with soft hands. Just opened the face. In many ways a one-day shot. He's always feeling like there's not too much activity off the pitch surface, so he's pretty safe to play that shot. Pitches. Try and pick up some trends. Look at trends. When I talk about trends, I talk about dismissals, how they've got out, what happened leading up to that dismissal, with a few short balls and then ball on the front foot that he didn't get forward enough to. You look at sort of techniques, you know, if his left foot gets across, whether he commits onto his front foot or he hangs back, and different just ideas, you know, where he hits the ball airborne, he might hit it airborne in the gully region. When he's leaning back, so you put a fielder in that position, try and make him play in a different area. We just try and take them out of their comfort zone. I mean, you know, whether it be the fact that they like to leave first few deliveries and ease their way in, or whether they like to get off to a fast start, and maybe you'll be a bit more disciplined in your line of length.
The one that interests me about that is, yes, you've got to know where his strengths are and his scoring shots. You've also got to know other parts of his technique and how he gets out. But the one that interests me, that's interesting, the test career of Sachin and how he's been out. Caught by others 104 times. LBW 52. Stumped just the once. Oh, it's an edge. That is an edge. There's only 2 slips in position. And that's why Morne Morkel and Graham Smith and A.B. de Villiers, who's at second slip, are a little bit frustrated.
Good bowling by Morne Morkel. Perfect delivery in the right area. He'll extract some bounce, even though the ball's 60 odd overs old. Unfortunately for him, not going to the slip's hands. Tendulkar not getting a big stride on that occasion. We complimented early on in the day for good foot movement. On that occasion, caught again on the crease. Foolish delivery by Morkel, and frustration for the South African captain.
Jacques Cullisset actually is at second slip. AB's at a short cover position in case there's a bit of a punch from Sachin. So the bit that interests me, Sean, is the fact that you watch the first 20 balls they face.
Yeah, you try and work out whether they're a fast starter, whether they like to get bat on ball. And you just try and, you know, if they do like to get bat on the ball, then you try and starve them a little bit. If they're a bit of a nervous starter and they commit onto the front foot or back foot early, You know, you can maybe go fuller or shorter depending on what they do.
Righto, so how do you get Sachin out?
You just saw, you just have a third slip and you bowl that last delivery. It's an easy game from up here.
Ah, they've added a third slip too. And he's not going to make the same mistake. 241 for 3.
You just don't have the luck going your way. Here's Callis. His first innings dismissal, right? Jack Callis was the man who dismissed Suresh Raina in the first innings. You see, they're 1 for 20. That one wicket was of Raina. That could be the reason why Graham Smith has brought him back into the attack.
Well, it's a nice option for him, isn't it, to have Callis when he's looking to use Morkel and Steyn after lunch.
Good shot. Got into excellent position, Tendulkar, to put that away to the boundary. There was width on offer. And Tendulkar climbing all over that short delivery.
Beautiful, wasn't it? Beautifully played. Under his eyes. We talk about it so often. Let the ball come to you, get level with you. Right under his eyes. Perfect balance. Weight on the back foot. Lovely shot.
That was his great strength, and still is his great strength. Again, climbs into it. Second time in 2 overs, he's found the boundary off the back foot. Once again, there was some width on offer.
You won't see too much difference in these 2 strokes. If you can recall what the previous one looked like, it's exactly the same. Struck in the same place, under the eyes. Weight on the back foot, balance perfect.
That's 4 more. Very nicely played this as well. So 2 boundaries in the over, 275 for 5. This one played a little later. Last ball. And came down on it nicely. So he just waited on it that bit longer so that he could get the placement right.
Beautiful. Cuts so well. Well, he does everything so well, doesn't he?
Well, the previous delivery, he's hit it straight to backward point. Tendulkar's not going to make the same mistake. It's a little bit wide. This one, he waits and waits and places it absolutely perfectly.
Takes India past 300 in this.
Nice little head-to-head between Tendulkar and Steyn. And that is a fine strike. Wow, that is a terrific shot. Certainly not a half volley by any means. Brings up his 50 as well. And what a way to do it. I think the crowds enjoyed it here at Supersport Park. I know there'll be millions of Indians jumping up and down as well, because he's halfway to another century. If he gets there, it'll be a big number.
Yeah, that's a 60th Test 50. It's been another wonderful performance from Tendulkar. He was the man in form in India's first innings. Difficult really to say that, considering the fact that they bowled out for 136, but he really did play some exquisite shots, and there's his career. 175 matches, averaging 56, 49 hundreds. Can he get the extra 49 runs to make it 50?
Now Sachin's one of those guys who doesn't like changing his bat. This bat he's had for apparently around about 15 months. He has scored, we understand, some 14 or 15 hundreds with it. He got the double 100 in the one day against South Africa with that wand as well. I was having a chat to Ravi Shastri a little bit earlier. He says every single night it goes to the doctor. Just gets a little bit of work done, a little bit of repairing done. It's very, very unusual these days for that to happen. Remember Herschel Gibbs was telling me that due to the fact that bats are not pressed as hard anymore, that his bats, and he was one who used it in all forms, the one bat and then would swap, lasted about 3 or 4 months, that's all. Here's a look at the 50 so far from Sachin in bright sunshine. Some lovely shots.
Yeah, the bat's done some damage. So we're hoping it doesn't do too much damage today. Too much more damage and for the rest of the series. Otherwise they might have to go and get someone just to hard that bat for a while.
There we go. We've taken the name Wagon Wheel off, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni is his leg side scoring chart and his offside scoring.
Shot. He hasn't quite timed it. It's not going to go all the way to the fence. A couple of runs to Sachin Tendulkar. He was onto it in a flash. 3, 6, 7 for 6.
That's how he got Tendulkar out in the first innings. Couple of runs easily taken.
We had to hurry in the end. Maybe de Villiers is very quick and he's agile, very quick on release. Jonty Rhodes was a master of that. Could release and get rid of the ball quickly and accurately.
Good technique on the bounce to Boucher. See, in the first innings, 3 for 34, and that included the wicket of Tendulkar. He's had to work harder in the second innings. 21.3 overs, 2 for 81. That's because the conditions vastly different. This is a good track now, easy paced.
Good leave. It's close to off stump, so good judgment there by Sachin Tendulkar.
Gets that away. That's nicely played. He's played it late, came down on it nicely, used the pace of the bowler.
In complete control, Sachin Tendulkar. This is a square cut played to perfection. Delivery was short and it was wide. And he got right on top of the bounce.
Yes, he tried this shot 2 or 3 times in the over, but found the fielder. Not on that occasion. Goes again. This time there is a man in the deep, so just the single. And once again he'll keep the strike. 387 for 6. Over 1,000 runs once again at a very healthy average. In fact, over 1,500 runs now. 600s. That's cheeky. Just waited on it. He knew there was no third man. And he gets the boundary.
Very good touch. Good thinking as well. Just enough width to work with. But again, Tendulkar right on top of the bounce and executing that late cut perfectly.
Yeah, it's important that he watched it all the way because it doesn't want that ball to bounce a little extra. Just riding it away.
It's just one of them. Right hand over left, and the ball races away to the boundary. It's 399 for 6.
Yeah, the Indian supporters very happy. Real strength of Sachin Tendulkar. Anything that's too straight. Got wonderful wrists. Placement superb again. He decided to bowl first. It was definitely the time where there was the most assistance for the bowlers.
It's just eased away, opened the face, and it'll run away for 4. Ever closer to this special century. Personally, I don't think there's any doubt that he was not going to get it. It's all the milestones have been passed in this game so far, so why not the little master as well?
Yeah, opened the face nicely, as we can see here. Pretty low down on the bat. Raced away down to the third man area. No third man in place. There, I would probably have to settle for 2. Am I right or am I wrong?
Straight down the ground, and is it all the way? Yes, it is. It's a nice way to move into the 90s.
Yeah, a bit of aggression here from Sachin Tendulkar down the wicket. Harris straight back over his head. He moves to 95 and now just 1 hit away from the 50th Test 100. So he's been a wonderful master of footwork against the spinners on this occasion.
There you are. It's 3. Another one in at the Wanderers.
92, I wasn't playing, so I didn't remember it. Nice little paddle from Sachin Tendulkar. Now he goes to just a boundary away. 3 runs short. Indian fans, they're aware of the master on 97. And
goes on the onside, will look for 2. And that'll take him to 99. And getting those 2 runs takes him past 14,500 runs in the game. And you can see the buzz around the ground now. Everyone will be on the edge of their seats. It doesn't matter if you're South African, if you're Indian. They will all want to see this. What 50 means. It's been a career that's lasted over a couple of decades, and it's a milestone that very few will beat. 50 Test match hundreds, and the long wait is over. He's there, he's got the helmet back on. It'll be a huge relief, but the good thing he's at the non-striker's end, so he can
Century. He's been in control all day. This is how he started his innings today, and this is how he completed the milestone.
Yes, he's not a man of too many emotions, but this one meant a heck of a lot to him. It's huge. 50 Test match hundreds, and an unbelievable effort. Hundreds as well. And what a time to get it. India with their backs to the wall, trying to save a Test match, and he comes up with a special one for a special occasion. Keep him interested. That's taken on the full, put away.
Well, it's a poor delivery. The previous one was an excellent delivery, and the follow-up just not there.
Yes, this was juicy, and when you've reached your 50th 100, you'll have no problems in putting that away. Tendulkar, he puts such away even in his sleep. Well, I mentioned so 448 for 6. MS Dhoni 90, Sachin Tendulkar 105. So the South African bowlers have been kept at bay since the tea break as well, and this partnership now worth 171. So sterling fight back here by Tendulkar and Dhoni. And it's been a wonderful innings from Sachin Tendulkar. From the outset, shots all round the wicket. Has always had plenty of time. In the 90s, produced a 6 as well. And then getting his 100 with a single. It's been a long wait, but it's a huge load off his shoulders, getting his 50th Test match 100.
Well, he was good from the beginning. Scored a lot of runs square of the wicket on the offside, but got them all around the wicket really. So he's been in complete control from the outset.
It's not often you see no boundaries down the ground, but then that's the line of attack to him today as well, outside the off stump. And every time.
And South Africa will applaud Sachin Tendulkar, the little master, as he walks off the field, having attained that feat of 50 hundreds in Test match cricket.